Here in this video, we're going to look at how to figure out and solve for all of these characteristics or properties of an atom. If you want to follow along yourself, you'll need a periodic table so that you can look up atoms as we go. So given just these two pieces of information, we've got to figure out everything else. This is kind of like a puzzle or a logic game, kind of like Sudoku. We'll go step by step so you can see how to do this. Let's start here. The chemical symbol is Na. So we'll look up Na on the periodic table, and we'll find out that that is a symbol for sodium. So now for the isotope name, we know that this is going to be sodium. Now that's only the first part. The isotope name tells us what element it is, and then it has the mass number after it, number of protons plus the number of neutrons. The mass number has already been given to us, so we know that the isotope name is going to be sodium from Na, and then 22 from the mass number. Now that we know that Na is sodium, we can fill in the atomic number and the number of protons. Because when we look this up on the periodic table, Na sodium has 11 at the top. This number up here is the atomic number of protons. So 11 for the atomic number, 11 for the number of protons. Now, for the number of neutrons, the mass number here is the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. So if we want to find out just the number of neutrons, we can do protons and neutrons minus protons equals 11 neutrons. That's how many neutrons we have. Now finally for electrons, let's look it up at our let's look up here at our symbol. Okay? It's written Na1+, because there's just one plus sign there. So it's 1+. Okay? This is the net charge. The net charge tells us how protons and electrons balance out. So if it's 1+, that means there is one more proton than electron. So 11 protons, which means that we have 10 electrons, will give this atom a 1+ charge. So based on just these two pieces of information, we were able to figure everything else out. Here we know protons, neutrons, and electrons. Let's start with protons. 44 here. We can look up on the periodic table and find out which element has an atomic number of 44. Okay? If you got 44, you're ruthenium. So I can put that up here as the isotope name, ruthenium. But I'm still going to have to come back and deal with a mass number that we put after here in the isotope name. Atomic number, I can take care of that right away. It's 44, the number of protons. Don't even have to look it up on the periodic table to fill this in. Let's move ahead now to mass number. Mass number is protons plus neutrons. So I'll do 44 plus 56. And that's going to give me 100 total for the mass number. Now I know the mass number, so I can put it here at the end of the isotope name, ruthenium 100, and I'm all set with this. The only thing that I have left now is the chemical symbol with a net charge. Let's go back to the periodic table. Here it is to find out what the chemical symbol is. The chemical symbol is right here. It is Ru. And now for the net charge that we'll put up here, it's protons and electrons. So there are 44 protons and 40 electrons. That means there are 4 more protons than electrons. So there's going to be a net charge of 4+. Ru 4+ is going to finish this off as the chemical symbol with a net charge. Iodine 131, and it has a negative charge 1-. Let's start by looking it up on the periodic table. We find iodine, big capital letter I. It has an atomic number of 53. So 53 here. 53 is also the number of protons. The number here that comes in the second part of the isotope name is the mass number, the number of protons and neutrons together. So based on this information, mass number, I can find the number of neutrons. So protons plus neutrons minus protons minus 53. It's going to give me 78. That's the number of neutrons. And finally, the electrons. Up here on the chemical symbol, we get the net charge. It has a 1 minus charge. There's 1 minus there. So that means that we have to have one more electron than protons. So 53 protons, I can count. 53 protons, 54 electrons. And finally, Mg2 plus with 13 neutrons. I'll look this up on the periodic table. If you didn't already know this, Mg is magnesium, so I'll write that in here, magnesium. You look up magnesium on the periodic table, you can get the atomic number right up here, so that's 12. The number of protons is also 12 because they're the same thing. And now that I know protons and neutrons, I can get the mass number. 12 protons plus 13 neutrons equals 25. There's my mass number. And now I can use the mass number to finish up the isotope name up here. It's going to be magnesium 25. Finally, I need to fill in my electrons. From this symbol up here, I can tell that I have a 2 plus charge on this ion. 2 plus means that there are 2 more protons than electrons. So if there are 12 protons, I'm going to end up with 10 electrons. So that's how you can solve problems like this. You kind of got to go step by step, figure out what you can do from each step, and then you'll just see the information kind of clicks together, just like you're doing a puzzle or a Sudoku or something like that.